Hey guys, can you tell me if you can hear me? I'm slowly getting ready. Hi Nopak. Hi CR53, nice to see you guys. I'm just slowly getting ready. I'm preparing raffles for you guys. Today I'm gonna do 2 raffles and I'm gonna do 3 raffles tomorrow as well. I want to test Naga today because I'm still not sure if I should invest these void mithrils into Naga or I should keep them for another SSR unit weapon. And as you know, I'm running Astral, so it's quite important for me to actually check Naga before spending more resources. Obviously, long term, getting Naga to max stars on the weapon is quite important because in Chinese server she is still being used. However, she's not being used as a offensive unit. She is being used as an archer unit, which happens after her class change. And for the class change, you are required to have a 6-star weapon. So I probably will have to invest that, but I'm just trying to figure out if it's worth investing now and at what point should I stop. As if you've been following my live test streams, you know that I'm doing all these spreadsheets so I can say at what level of a weapon I should stop because it doesn't provide as much boost as it should. And this is what I want to find here with Naga and Demon test. Okay, so I'm just preparing a quick table. And we're gonna start in about 5 minutes, guys. Okay, so for the sake of today's test, I will need Naga, weapon level, start. Obviously, I'm gonna add all this data to the description of the video that's gonna get posted on YouTube after each live stream, so we can always double back and check how much damage we are doing and how much we gain per level and per star. So as Naga stands, I need damage and I need true damage as well. Okay, to be able to check Naga. Obviously, I want to check because her weapon gives a bit of lifesteal as well, which means it's going to increase the healing she's doing. Okay, so she does extra damage. Okay, duration, increase attack. Okay, so it's 6-star life drain. So I want to note life drain, just healing. Okay, so that's for Naga. And then I need to prepare one table for Demon. When it comes to Demon, the thing that we want to test is basically how long he can survive per weapon increase as well as a star increase. So we need to do duration of the fight table followed by damage taken and healing, because he is going to heal as well. So this is 3 things that I need to take into consideration. Okay, so I'm almost ready. Okay, so this will be the spreadsheet I'll be using today. Okay, the volume is low. I can increase that. I had the same problem when I was doing okay, this is quite high now, so it should be much better. I had the same problem when I was doing a video about this new event happening, because I don't know what happened, but some volume changed, and it was working fine on my PC. However, oh, I'm not gonna check Naga against Demon. This is going to be two separate tests, because obviously Oh, no problem. Because obviously Naga never misses, so there's no point of increasing dodge on a unit when Naga never misses. Okay, so 3 more minutes. We're gonna move to the test server. Just for the new viewers, I'm gonna do 2 raffles today. Whoever answers fast and correctly to the questions is gonna win a 500 diamond prize, which will be sent through an in-game mail by Friday. The only thing that I'll need from you guys is your user ID, which you can find in your profile, as well as the server you're playing. And that's pretty much it. During the stream, we're gonna test Naga weapon level by level and stars by stars. Same with a demon weapon. And if you got any questions, feel free to ask. How you join the raffle. So basically, after the tests of Naga, after I conclude all the tests on the Naga, I'm gonna put a question on the screen, and whoever answers the question first and correctly on the chat will win the prize. This is how you join the, well, it's not a raffle, it's basically questions that I'm gonna ask. Okay, so I believe everything's ready. Just trying to set up that UI here a little bit. How do you guys enjoy these event that we got, that fishing master event? It's quite badly designed. You need to spend quite a lot to get good rewards, but the rewards are really worth. Okay, 1 more minute and we start. Yeah, it's very expensive, but the way I'm gonna play it is I'm not gonna spend any diamonds on it. Well, I'm only gonna buy the daily fishnet for 1 diamond and the daily fishnet for $1, and that way I can get hopefully 1 prize per day, and I'm gonna re-roll for what I want. And what I want currently is Dragon Blood and Emblem Selection Ticket, because if I want Void Mithril, which I believe is the best option if you are a free-to-play player, because it's very hard to obtain Void Mithril, if I were free-to-play player, that's what I would go for. Obviously, Path of Assassin from Emblem Selection Ticket is also quite good. Okay guys, let's start the stream. Okay, so remember the footage is taken from a test server, so don't get scared by the amount of the diamonds I got. So let's start with Naga. This is the Naga I'm gonna test today. Okay, it's 110 level Naga, 6-star, 5-star awaken. Obviously I can take it to 6-star awakening, but there's no point. She doesn't have quite good talents. I'm just gonna get them to 12,000 quickly. Obviously we're not testing the highest damage of the Naga, we're just testing how the damage increases during the weapon increases as well. The emblems she's gonna use are non-casted Path of Assassin for the set. This is what you should be running on your Naga. All her skills are maxed out. Obviously, I didn't put any points into the potential. Hi Scholar, nice to see you. I think this is the first time I see you on my stream. Yeah, I've spent like 30 million on Path of Assassins just to show you guys, just to show off a little bit. I'm trying to invest into emblems because what I want to do is I want to test how much casting provides on each different emblem, and this is why I'm buying all the emblems, and it's taking me a lot of time on this server. As you can see, I got 70 witnesses. I'm trying to get as many as possible, and I'm gonna do a live test when we'll go, for example, with a witness emblem, and I'm gonna cast it to +1. We're gonna see the damage increase from 0 to +1, then +2, +3, and that way we can see how much we gain per level on emblems. This is my next goal once we get all these weapons through. Okay, so let's start with the test. So first we're gonna start with Naga. I always get sidetracked a lot. Okay, so the weapon is at level 0 and not even awakened, so we're gonna see the basic damage during the practice ground. Okay, so what I'm gonna use is Astral for the Magic Awakening, because higher damage comes from Magic Awakening, and I want to keep that as well. I'm gonna use Genie to make sure the tank doesn't die. And what she's gonna play against is these 2 tanks as well as 2 healers. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, but before I do that I need a lot of emblems, like a lot. And I'm not sure if you guys know, but there's a limited space of the emblems you can hold. And I hit that quite often. Okay, so this is the team that we're gonna play against. Maybe I'll put Monk as well, because I'm afraid she's gonna melt these tanks eventually. So let's put, even better, since she's doing a lot of AoE damage, I'm just gonna put Pitfian here, so that's gonna add another target and also provide them with healing. Okay, and I'm also using Dragon Mutare in this scenario. I usually run it with Kilgore, but I want to see the difference between being stunned and not being immune to the stun at the 5-star. So let's see, the Naga has to survive the whole fight. This is very important during this test. So as long as she survives that, we are fine. Okay, so let's see, that's her damage. Okay, so at 0 stars she's doing 659 million damage. 659 million damage. Let's see true damage. Well, let's first put healing, and she's done 14 million healing. Okay, 14 million healing, and her true damage is at 190 million. Okay, so that's basic Naga. This is what you should have if you don't invest into weapons. So obviously leveling up the weapon is what usually brings the most of the damage. I'm gonna go straight to level 40, because getting a weapon to level 40 is quite cheap, and all your weapons should be at least level 40 for the main units. You need to consider going further with these resources, because it's quite expensive to go from level 80 to level 100. It not might be worth the boost of this stats. This is why I like to do this test, because then I can be sure if it's worth spending these resources or it's worth actually investing into another unit's weapon. Okay, so let's go for level 40. As you can see, this is what really brings these weapons damage, and this is what makes Naga so strong at the moment, because her attack is going quite high. Okay, so level 40 weapon. Let's see the difference in the damage. I hope she doesn't kill them too fast. Okay, so 3 minutes. So 758 million damage. So that's an increase of almost 100 million by just 40 levels in the weapon. Her healing went up by 2 million and true damage went up to 216 million. So that's an increase of 26 million. So as you can see, getting that weapon to level 40 is quite important, and this is why my Naga is so strong, although my Naga is only at 2-star awakened weapon, because she's got a level 100 weapon and this is a really big boost. So if you don't know if you want to spend anything here, first level up that weapon to the level you want. Okay, so now let's go with level 60. As you can see, it's not expensive to get to level 60 as well. But after level 60, this is where it's getting expensive, so we need to consider if it's worth spending the resources, because at the end it's a resource management game. Okay, so as you can see, that was only an increase of 8 million damage. The healing went down a little bit. And 200 million true damage. Okay, so increasing that by another 20 levels doesn't bring a great boost. I just want to try it again because I want to see that whenever I do this test, the numbers are the same, because that's what usually happens during these training ground tests. I just want to make sure there's no RNG. So these numbers should be the same as the previous one. Yep, exactly the same. So that confirms that it's not RNG based. Okay. Now let's put more levels. Okay, so now this is what is quite expensive to do. It's 10 per try, so I'm basically using 100. So it's going to cost you a lot of resources, and we're gonna see if it's actually worth, or you should increase other weapons first. Okay, it's gonna increase unit damage by 5%. It sounds like quite a lot. So 5% out of 764 million. That should be a big boost. Okay, but let's see. So that's 86 million, which is an increase of 42 millions, which is quite nice. Okay, so it's a better increase than going from 40 to 60. Her healing went up as well, and true damage went up by 25 million. Siemaneczko Kozacki. Okay, so let's max out the weapon. This is going to be a max level now, and it's very expensive going forward, so you need to consider if it's worth for you. Sadly, this attack percentage and HP percentage is not really great boost. You should notice that. But what's important when we get these weapons is actually this attack. This raw attack is quite important, and this is why I started to choose in Endless Inferno, I started to choose the buffs that include just an attack power of a unit, because it seems like it's better than the percentage, or even yeah, basically better than the percentage one that increases it by 140%. Getting 400 raw attack power increases the damage of the units more than that. Okay, so the previous, so it increased by 72 mil, well, 66 million. So that's a quite huge boost when it comes to the damage. So it's worth, but it's gonna cost you quite a lot. Healing increased to 18 million.8, and true damage went up to 26 million. No, sorry, 261 million. So that's another good increase, 40 million. I really wish they start putting commas in here to make it more easy to read, because going through these numbers it's so confusing. How do you get so many tokens for units like Naga and Genie to make them level all the way up? Hi Craig. So the footage of this game that I'm doing right now is on a test server. As you can see, I have pretty much unlimited resources. However, if you want to get these units as a free-to-play player, it's going to be quite hard. First, you need to unlock Genie, and you can unlock Genie through guild map as a free-to-play player. You can do quartermaster missions every day. Just need to go here, press on that guy, accept, go to an enemy's territory, which you can find in a portal up here. Find the guy, find the quartermaster on an enemy's map, and choose collect monsters, which has a random chance to generate Genie shards. Once you get 80 of them, you can increase Genie's star level by buying him in the barracks using Dragon Blood. This is one way as a free-to-play player. As a pay-to-play player, you need to purchase him. When it comes to Naga, obviously you need to roll her in altar, or even using SSR, random SSR unit souls, and have a chance to get her. Once you get her, you obviously can go through barracks again and just buy her with Dragon Blood, which you can obtain from Horn of the Abyss. Sadly, I can't show you guys that because there's a spoiler, so yeah, I can't. Okay, so we got that Naga at level 100 now. Let's start awakening. I got the Genie without paying money with just the guild thingy, and it took like a year or more. Yes, sadly it takes time. However, this game is like a marathon. It's not a sprint game. Even if you're a whale and you're spending like thousands of dollars, you won't get that much ahead. Okay, you'll have strong units, but there's so many things to spend diamonds on. It's hard to be the biggest whale. You can be the biggest whale on your server, but once you get to the cross-server battles, you'll still be behind. Okay, so let's continue. We go with exclusive. Okay, it's maxed level. So from level 0 to level 100, the damage on that Naga increased higher, 21 centimeters unbuffed. The damage on Naga weapon increased from 659 million to 872 million, which is an increase of 223, which is quite big. Okay, it's probably like the biggest damage increase of all the weapons that I've checked just from the levels. Okay, now we're gonna start awakening, and awakening this weapon requires obviously Naga Sword token, and you can get it by purchasing it with Void Mithril. Void Mithril is quite hard to obtain, especially as a free-to-play player. See, yep, okay, so this is it. It's quite hard to obtain that, and you have a chance to get it this event, and I believe for free-to-play players, as I mentioned in the beginning of the stream, it's quite important to get that. There's a limited ways to get. Obviously, if you're a paid player, if you are paying money, if you're spending money, this is a very good pack to buy every week. It's probably best value for the Mithril, but it's going to be slow, and you want to Yes, 300 voids in this event is big. Yes, I agree. So 300 voids, and if you're running, let's say, if you're running War Av, I mentioned in one of my videos that you should be running Dragon now with Judicator. Okay, if you run in Dragon with Tower and Castle, with 300 shards, you can awaken Naga weapon, probably to like 2 stars. Okay, now that's big. Okay, but let's get back on track because we still have Demon to test. So when I awaken that weapon, it's gonna start casting. You could have checked the unit attack value on the level up tab. I've done it once, Andy, and it doesn't reflect. Okay, the weapon increase doesn't reflect that attack damage. Okay, I've done it with one of the units, and it didn't add the same value that the weapon says. The formula works differently. Okay, I think it doesn't only add basic, but then it calculates it differently. It was very hard to do it. I've done it with Black Dragon. I believe I was testing something on Black Dragon or other unit, and it was just too confusing, took too much time, and it didn't really provide me with any data. So let's go. But it's something I can do, but it's gonna take a lot of extra time on the stream, and obviously I want to test as many things as possible. Okay, let's go with that awakening of that weapon. So it's gonna cast Unyielded Will. When Naga is inflicted with Stun, Petrify, or Silence, she becomes immune to most controls and debuffs. Example: Freeze, Silence, Slow. Oh yes, it does increase a bit. It does, yeah, that's true. But not by the armament, it says it's usually like twice or 3 times more than the armament. It says because of all these how do you say it in English? Different multipliers. Okay, there are so many multipliers in the game that it's make it so confusing, and it's for some people that are actually very good with data. Okay, so she is immune to control effects and gain 20% increase to unit damage reduction for 5 seconds. Cooldown is 50. Okay, so it shouldn't increase her damage, however, makes her immune to some of these stuns, and in this scenario it should actually increase her damage a little bit because she is against Behemoth, which can stun, and she's against I don't know that yet. Hopefully it will be something that I want, and that's why I'm still holding up on this Naga weapon, because if the devil get his weapon next, he is going to become very strong, and I'll probably need that for my second team. Or even if angel weapon gets released, it's going to be very strong as well. So hopefully we'll get something that everyone can use. Okay, so what I want to see is, it's going to be hard to see, but I need Dragon Mutare to cast her ultimate. Okay, there it is. So Naga was not stunned, she's still doing damage, and now she's immune to stun. However, she got stunned from Behemoth, so I think the effect just wore off. Okay, let's see that again. Should be Dragon Mutare ultimate coming shortly. Okay, there it is. Okay, let's see the stats. Okay, so it didn't say that the weapon awakening increases any stats, but as you can see, her damage went up by 76 millions just from awakening weapon. Her healing went up to 20 million, so that's 1.2 million increase, and let's see her true damage. True damage went up by 40 million. So that's a quite big increase in a true damage, which is really important. So because she became immune to some of the stuns that the enemies provided in this scenario, her damage increased by 76 million, which is a big boost. Basically, it's same big boost as from going from level 80 to level 100 on a weapon. So it's quite important to get that awakened. Oh, as a free-to-play player, you just basically have to choose one weapon, because it's gonna take you half a year because the only chance you got is from this Horn of the Abyss. Oops. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so at 1 stars, duration of stun, petrification, slow freeze, slow morale, and silence decreased by 50%. So in theory, that should also increase the damage because she will not be controlled as much as she's used to. But we'll see. Yep, just as I said. So now it's at billion damage. Her healing went up as well, and a true damage. So that was 54 million damage increase. So each star of this weapon is actually doing a lot of damage increase. And this is the reason I think I'm still losing to Scholar Nor on my server, because he's got that Naga weapon awakened quite high and I don't. Okay, all that info is here. Okay, let's go with another step. So at 2 star, increase Naga's attack and unit damage by 20%. So both of them. So we got an increase in 20% attack and unit damage. Okay, so just hi Trump, welcome. So just to show you Andy how it works. Okay, so this is her attack stat. Okay, she's at 350,000 at the moment plus 350. Okay, it increases by 20%, which should be 1/5 of that, which is 70,000 damage attack increase, which should net us at 420,000. Okay, let's go with that and let's see if it actually is like that. But as I said, there are so many different multipliers that it should be a little different. As you can see, it didn't go up by 70%, by 20% of the whole of the full attack. I think it only increased like the basic attack of her. Okay, so this is why it's so hard to actually get these multipliers and do all that. Okay, well, let's see the increase on the damage on that weapon. What does it say? She's human. She should be like a snake thingy. I don't remember the correct name of. Well, Naga is a Naga, like a race. It's not human. Naga is a race, I believe. Not certain. There might be someone better with Siren. Yeah, with the role. Okay, so previous damage was at billion. This is the first unit that has done more than 1 billion damage. I just hope she doesn't kill any of these tanks, because when she does, her damage will drop significantly during this test. Okay, so all these tanks survived. Okay, this is weird. So by getting that weapon, the 2-star, I've dropped 250 million damage. That is huge. The damage should increase, but it actually lowered. Let's go back, okay? So by increasing Naga's attack and unit damage by 20%, the total damage I've done has dropped. It's quite interesting. Let's do that test again. And the only thing that changed, I believe, is that this demon that's getting summoned by Pitfield died 3 seconds before the fight finished. Yep, this is crazy. The damage should go up, not go down. So basically she's doing less damage than without awakening the weapon. 759. Yep. Okay, this is something that I'll need to report because it doesn't look good. Let's see true damage. Yeah, it's like these multipliers are actually not working too great in that case. But let's see, okay? So that's a 2-star awaken. Maybe when we get it back to 3-star awaken, the damage will go back. Okay, so at 3, Naga's gonna... Okay, this is going to increase her damage and should increase her damage significantly. But the only thing worrying is this 2-star. That's like 25% damage loss, guys. Okay, this is huge. That's a quarter of her damage going down when it should be going up. So instead of increasing by 20, it's reducing by 20 by the looks of it. So this is something worth bringing in, and I'm gonna make sure I notify developers about that because it's worth looking into. Unless there's a... Yeah, I only see explanation is that's bugged. Okay, this is not working as intended. Okay, so now at 3-star, the Naga Sword Array. So this is going to be a new skill cast. When her HP is less than 25% for the first time, Naga summons her Naga Sword Array to increase penetration by 20 and life drain effect by 2% per second for friendly units with a large area up to 10 stacks. The effect still works even when Naga is defeated. Okay, so it might actually not work in this scenario because I don't think these units will take her down to 25%. Yeah, that's right, Coco. Okay, so let's see, maybe this will fix it. Just want to see the animation of that because I believe I don't have that yet on my main account. But she needs to be low on HP and I don't believe this will happen. Once she kills any of these tanks, her damage will drop, obviously, because she's doing a lot of AoE damage. But we'll know that if they die, the moment all of them still survive. Okay, so her HP is not gonna drop. There's no unit dealing any damage. So let's just go with that, and I'm gonna add some units that actually do some damage to the back lane. Yes, that's right, Mache. We checked the damage value, it went up. Her damage went down. Okay, it's the same scenario. This died 3 seconds before, and her damage went up only by 3 million in this scenario. Healing went up by 4 million. Oops, and true damage went up by 30 million, so that's good. But I don't believe Genie's buff's gonna add like 20% or 25% of unit damage. And we've tried that test twice. With training grounds, basically all the fights happen in the same way. If I can try this 10 times and all these numbers will be the same. So basically Genie is always casting the same buff. Okay, so I want to see if I add something that does damage to the back line. Let's add like Phoenix. No, I can't change them because it's gonna... But now it's gonna kill... This unit's gonna kill this golem, so I need another healer. Oops. Yeah, exactly, so I didn't change anything. So everything should be the same. Okay, now it's gonna be different, but I want to see this skill in a person on Naga. I want to see how. So she needs to be below 25%. Okay, and it can happen this fight because we got Medusa. Okay, so that's a mistake. That behemoth went somewhere else. Let's change that again. That behemoth has to go to Naga, so I need to move. Okay, that can work. I didn't see that skill. Let's go again. I just want to see that skill in action, and then I'm gonna move on with the tests. So much is happening, I can't even see. Yeah, I'm gonna take Medusa off. It's too much happening here, I can't see the skill. obviously, so I'm not even gonna check that damage because it was different. I just wanted to see the animation on that skill. Okay, let's move on. So let's put everything back the way it was. Yeah, just too much happening on the screen with all these melee units. Okay, so it's a 3-star. Okay, we checked 3 stars. So at 4-star, increases Naga life drain and units damage reduction by 20%. Okay, so it doesn't increase damage in theory, but she should have more healing. Should have more healing done if she actually takes the damage. She's almost killing that guy. That's scary. Okay, still kills that 3 seconds before. Okay. I didn't change anything. Right? This is the same. It's basically same as I used. Might happen with Medusa weapon because when she's casting this spell on herself, it's actually is an animation, so she loses an auto attack. But Medusa doesn't do any extra cast. This is scary. So what is the best free-to-play hero? Currently the best free-to-play hero is Dragon. And you can find the formation for the Dragon on my channel. It's quite expensive formation though, but if you're playing free-to-play, you should be hoarding your diamonds and using them only when it's really benefiting for you. And using Dragon with Judicator as an ultra rare unit and cloning him is really good. Okay, so I'm doing less damage than before I started investing in the weapon, guys. Naga at 0-0 weapon was doing 659 million. Right now, she's doing 578 million. Does anyone have an explanation for that? However, her healing went up by 46 million. I think I know what's happening, but just to make sure, let's read her skills. The lower the target's HP, the more damage it will take up to maximum. Okay. Okay, I see nothing. I thought there was like a skill that whenever she's got lower HP, she deals more damage. However, no, it's not the case. Okay, and her true damage went down as well. So basically, I was doing 659 million damage before I started investing in the weapon. Okay, it went up to 1 billion. And now it dropped by 50% when I started awakening that weapon. So I'm getting utility, but I'm losing half the damage. But what is worrying is, see, when we do this fight, okay? So I'm losing the damage on the damage sheet, okay? However, if you look at this unit's HP, okay? So I'm doing less damage in total. However, this unit HP over here, look at that, it's going lower and lower. It's not like it used to be, okay? I'm getting these units lower. It's like I have more burst damage, but my whole damage is going down. The true damage value is actually not that far off, okay? Because I started at 190 million. I moved to 327 at their peak, and now I've dropped to 238. But that's still like 1/3, so I'm still losing that 30%, which is quite huge, because that unit is all about the damage and the burst, and the higher I go with this weapon, the more damage I lose. Okay, so now Naga is immune to stun, okay? At 5 stars, Dragon Mutare and Behemoth should not be stopping her. So in theory, she should be doing damage all the time. So her damage should go up. Okay, her damage went up. As you can see, all these units are low HP now. Still low. I'll definitely have to rewatch my stream and see what has happened. Okay, so 62, her healing dropped, her true damage went down as well. Okay, so the normal damage went up, but the true damage went down by 12 million. And it's the same scenario. As you can see, these units are staying the same, only that dropped. And there's no change anyway. So it's worrying, okay? And I'll make sure that devs look into that. Maybe there's something I don't understand. Maybe you guys got any idea how's that happening. But so far, this is the best, okay? This is where you should be stopping when it comes to damage. You're doing over 1 billion damage with that. Okay, so at 6 star, Ray of Naga Sword deals damage equal to 200% of attack. To all enemies units standing in the same horizontal row as the target every 15 seconds, while decreasing the enemy's death and unit damage reduction by 30%. Okay, this is huge. Also increasing her own critical hit by 1000 and life drain by 20%. Okay, so this should, in theory, give her a big boost of damage done. So let's go with it. So every 15 seconds, okay? So 245, is it going to happen? Ah, can't see too many things happening at the same time. Okay, but units are dying. I believe that Summon Demon is already dead. So her damage is going to be lower here because that demon is dead. Now Pitfiend is dead, okay? So she's killing stuff now, okay? Wow. Okay, and we're back, guys. Demon dodge doesn't matter because she always hits. This is why I picked Naga against that Pitfiend. Okay, guys, so I think getting that to 6 star is quite important. The reason why this damage went up so high is No, it's not even that. Because the thing it should be doing is doing damage in horizontal, okay? But this unit only took like 7 million damage, okay? It's not much, it's only 14, but she's back at 1,200,000,000 damage now. So basically going from 5-star to 6-star doubled her damage, okay? So this fixed the damage basically. Okay, so getting her weapon to 6-star is quite important, but if you get it to 1-star, you should be okay. Not to 1-star. I'm gonna show you guys the spreadsheet. I'm just gonna add a scene quickly. Just don't laugh, okay? Add. Okay, not display. Okay, window capture. Okay, I'm still new. Okay, this is what I want. Okay, excellent. Great. Okay, I'm just gonna show you guys that quickly. I'm not sure if you can see it. Can you see it? Okay, so as you can see, this is what I've done so far. So we're back to 1198 million with 121 million healing and 364 million. But keep in mind, her damage will be even higher, but she killed everything. These two units only survived 58 seconds. Okay, so as you can see, these units just died, so I need to add another healer. To the test, I want them to be alive, okay? So, what other units heal? Monk, obviously. I want these units to stay away, so she still hits these targets. I can't put Judicator, because Judicator will nullify a lot of damage. I believe this is the only units that actually heal. Okay, let's go. Let's see how long they survive. Okay, Druid heals as well, but he provides shields. No. Okay, so the fight finished much quicker this time around. Pitfian didn't survive even 50 seconds. It survived 50 seconds previously. That's why her damage went down. So let's add Druid. Do I have Druid on that account? Yes, I have. Okay. Nah, she just kills them. Okay, so let's get back to that test. She can kill them faster now. So let's remove these 2 units. Okay, that might be true. Okay, is this the same? Yes, okay, so that's exactly the same as it was. So I believe this damage will be much higher if all enemy units survived. I believe this will be like at least another another 200-300 million damage on top of that. But anyway, guys, okay, this is how it works. So as I said previously, you should level up the weapon to level 100. It increases the damage by almost 200 million or above 200 million, so it's quite the investment, but it's worth it, and it doesn't cost you any money. It only costs you the resources. You should, if you're free-to-play player and you play in Draken with Tower, I'm not sure you'll be using Naga in your formation, but if you are, you should awaken the weapon and get it to 1 star. This is going to basically add 40% of the damage to the Naga. Oops, pardon me. Now, if you're spending money, you want Naga at 1 star or up to 6 stars. Otherwise, you're gonna lose damage. Okay, these stars are actually losing. You're losing damage during that, and this is why my Naga is probably like here. Okay, guys, but I'm doing that, and if I get here to 6 star, I'm gonna be doing that. So this is my next goal. Thanks to this test, now I know what I should do with my Naga. And this is why I'm really excited about doing this test, because it helps me a lot, and I hope it helps you guys as well. Okay, so the next test we're gonna do is going to be Demon. But before that, I'll do the first question. Okay, so this is what we're gonna test. Okay, guys, so get ready for the first question. The question is gonna pop up on the screen. The first guy who answers correctly will get the 500 diamonds prize, and the reward should arrive by mail by Friday. The only thing I'll need from you is your UID and server you're playing on. So get ready. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, guys. So the answer is 5 stars. Okay, you should. Okay. That was weird. I couldn't see the chat. I just fixed that so you guys can see the chat. Okay, so let's go. The first correct answer was Shinho from the Twitch. Just gonna paste his name in the chat. Okay, just to make sure you guys understand the answer. Okay, so when we go here, exclusive. So at 2 stars, it's actually increase of the damage. What was the other answer? 3 star, no, she's doing that array. At 5 star, Naga is immune to stun. Okay, at 1 star, she becomes immune to most control debuffs, but she is not immune to stun. Okay, only when she's inflicted with stun she becomes immune to most of these, but she's not fully immune. She's immune at 5 stars. Okay, so Shinyu, just a reminder how it works. Go to your profile, press that button here, copy that onto the chat, and then also post the server you're playing on. And I'm gonna make a note, the spreadsheet UID server. Okay, so I'll add you guys here. Okay, so let's move on with Devil. NA23. As it was shown. And that was NA23. Okay. Yeah, so basically what I want to do now is I want to spend some cash and get that Naga to 6 star, because I think that's why I'm losing to Scholar still. Well, I don't have a chance winning against him in a fair environment. The only time I can beat him is Duel in the Champions, because I'm using better, stronger adjutants, because my adjutants are level 40 and he's the real levels. But this is my goal. I'm gonna beat him eventually. Right now I can actually win against Trump and he can win against me as well, so I'm very close to be there when he can't beat me. Hopefully with next ultra unit released I'll be able to do it. Okay, so let's go with, what is the balloon next to the barracks? Oh, that thing. Okay, so this is a welcome back. When you let's say AFK for 10-20 days and you come back you'll be able to get a reward here. Okay, so if you return to the game you'll get a reward, and I think I just got the game stuck. Yeah guys, let me just quickly restart the game. It's nice to always have someone to be your like arch enemy. Obviously these two guys are still my friends, okay, but they are people that I want to beat. Oops, I need to do that in case there's any spoilers. Okay, no spoilers. Let's go back to the main screen. The chat is here. Okay, good. Okay, so the next unit we're gonna test is Demon. Demon is quite good when he dodges attacks. Yep. And now I'm thinking, instead of Genie, maybe I should... No, I can't play him with that, because he has to be the one taking damage, okay? He has to be the main guy to take all the damage, and I want him to survive as much as possible, but not too much. Okay, he has to die. Unless I actually start collecting other data. So basically what I'm looking for, I want to record duration of the fight, damage taken, and healing done by him. I might as well record damage done, because why not? Let's add it to the tab. Damage done. Can you remind me to do that after we actually just check the weapon? Because what I want to do is I want to see the stat increase with the weapon, and then we can change both sets. And I'm not sure you guys actually know that, but I'm gonna do a test on each emblem eventually, and I'm gonna cast them during the live stream, and we're gonna see the increase of stats by each level of the cast, if you follow me. This is what I want to do. I want to see how good these units can become with different emblems, but it's going to be a quite long thing for me to do, because there's a limited amount of the emblems you can hold in the game, and to cast all of these emblems, like specific emblem, I need a lot of them. So I'll need to like get rid of some and just focus. Like if I decide to do a stream on, let's say, Path of Assassin, I need like 200-300 Path of Assassins in my inventory, which is not hard, but I'll need to get rid of other emblems. Okay, so I believe this will work good. Okay, keep in mind this demon is not awakened, guys, so he is not going to be as strong as the ones you have live. Sadly, the problem with the test server is that it's very hard to awaken units because the underground doesn't reset. We need developers to manually reset the underground for us. Once Nemesis is 3-star, hold on a second, we can get that, I believe. Oh, I actually have her. Okay, so let's go with, hopefully she's not 3-star. Okay, so she's not 3-star, so remind me to check him with emblems, and remind me to check him once we get Nemesis to 3-star. And that reminds me, do I even have any emblems of that guy now? Okay, I have Ominous. And you want to check emblems at Legals and Ominous. Okay, so for the sake of that, I'm gonna remove this. Okay, he's not gonna be as tanky, and obviously he's not awakened, so it's going to be a little hard. He's not going to be as strong as he is in game, obviously, but I just want to see the weapon. How does weapon change him? Okay, so obviously we don't need yeah, no. Okay, so that should be okay. I need some damage dealers. Medusa is too strong. That Pegasus has no weapon. So let's put Pegasus. Who else is quite strong? Single target. DPS. Okay, that's interesting, yeah. Let's see what kind of Hydra I got. Okay. I could add that, but I think that would be an overkill maybe if I do do that. Oh no, we want him to dodge. We need units that actually can be dodged. Okay, so let's go with that. Let's see. Demon has to die. He has to die. This is what I want to do. I want to make sure he dies. Okay, so he only survived 33 seconds. His damage taken is 116 million. And healing down is 500. It's 59 million? No, it's 5 million. Okay, 6 million. Let's say 6 million. Okay. The reason why I want the demon to die and damage done. Okay, I want that 8 million, 8.5 million. Because we're gonna see how long he can survive after we increase the stats. Because the fights that I'm doing on my server last around that. They last around 30 seconds. Okay. And if a unit can survive for a minute, it's good. Does it? Oh, it's even level 1 skill. Okay, let's just change that. Okay, let's change these units. So maybe I use them. Yes, it's basically endurance test when it comes to the tanks. Just like the one I've done with what's his name? Ogre. Okay, and Ogre survived quite a lot when his weapon is maxed out. Okay, so let's change these stats that I've done. Duration of the fight was 19 seconds. Damage taken 100 million. Healing 6.5 million. And damage done 7 million. Okay. These 2 units should be enough. Okay, let's level up the weapon to level 40. Where is that little fella? Okay, remember he's got no emblems. Okay, let's get it to level 40. This is quite cheap to do. Obviously, Demon is going to get replaced by Venom Spawn. So this is why I want to see if it's actually worth investing these shields into him. Okay, I didn't change the heroes. Maybe I should have changed them, but whatever. Okay, so now he survived 20 seconds. So that's only 1 second. Survival on his part. Not really. Why do you think so? About Venom replacing a Demon. So he's taken 5 million extra damage, and his healing went up by 7.2 million. You sure? I'm pretty sure they run 2 tanks. Obviously, depending on where you want to run, because I'm thinking about running Zeron with 3 coffee units, which will include Ravi, Seer, and Mermaid. Oh, I forgot damage. How much damage he's done? 7.5 million. Okay, so his damage went up a little bit because he survived a little longer. So the only thing that I'm sad about is I couldn't get him awakened in time for this test. Otherwise, I think he will be like pretty cool. So by the next tests, I will make sure I have these units awakened, but it can take a long time because, as you can see, if I go to underground, I basically cleared that underground on Monday. It's Saturday and it never resets. So there's nothing I can do. I can't even get my units to like orange +4 or something. Okay, so let's go defense, demon. Let's level up that weapon to level 60 now. This is still not expensive. Getting weapons to level 60 is quite easy. Okay, so we got that. So still 20 seconds. But he's taking more damage, okay? So 5 million more damage he was able to sustain, 5 million healing and 8 million damage. Let's get him to... Okay, never mind, it's too late now. I wanted to see what kind of emblems I got on these offensive units. So level 80. Wish I had like 1% of these resources I got here on my main account, that would be so fun. Yeah, hopefully. Ooh, maybe a little more. 2 seconds, okay? So 22, 180 million. His healing's going up as well, just a little bit. And 8.2 million damage. Yeah, it seems like it's not much, okay, guys? But remember, he's not awakened, so he's losing quite a lot of dodge and other things. I believe he's not even that high in potential, so your demons will be much stronger than that one, okay? As you can see, his potentials are not even high. I should have maxed that before, because my demon is full potential. Hold on, did I level up weapon? No, I didn't. So let's level up weapon to level 100, and then we're gonna get these utility things. So see, when I was testing Ogre survival went by huge numbers, okay? I think some of you remember that. But obviously the Ogre that I've been using is quite strong, okay? And obviously this demon is playing against that Ogre. But just by leveling. And I think the first awakening of Ogre is very strong. See this blood pool that deals percentage damage not only increased his damage by a huge number, but also his survival alone. So I think Ogre is very good tank currently. Okay, so as you can see, leveling up. Oops, let's try that again. This may just be too fast. And I think this is the problem, because I'm playing against this Ogre, okay, and this Ogre is doing a lot of percentage damage that can't be dodged, and this is why this demon is not actually surviving a lot. But he survived an extra second, so that's good. He's taken 121 million damage, and he's healed for 8.2, so basically everything's going fine at the moment, nothing's going down, and he's done 8.5 more damage. Okay. So that's the weapon at max level. So his survival went up by from 19 seconds. Let me just show you guys that quickly. This is what we got so far. Okay, so his survival went up by 4 seconds, which is 20% basically. So his survival went up by 20%. Damage taken by 20%. Healing went up by, yeah. So basically his survival goes up by 20% just from level. So if he can survive, let's say 40 seconds on a main server, he's going to survive like 45. No, a little bit more. Okay, I'm tired, and math is not my strong start. Okay, but so basically, let's say if he survives 100 seconds, he's gonna survive 120 seconds. But it all depends on how long the fights on your server take. The fights that on my server takes usually 30 seconds, and then they are finished. Okay, so let's go get that weapon awakened. Okay, so at awakening, at the beginning of the battle, demon dodge is increased by 1000 for 30 seconds. For each dodge, get a permanent 1% unit damage reduction increase up to 30%. Okay, this is quite huge. Okay, for each dodge, he's gonna get damage reduction increase. So this should hopefully boost his survival maybe by 10%. Which will be very hard to see during this fight because 10% of 20 seconds is 2 seconds. Okay, so it's not a huge increase for us during this test, but 10% increase is big. Okay, and as you can see, he survived much longer, 26 seconds. So far this is the biggest boost. Basically this doubles the survival that we've done through all the 100 levels. He's taken 132 million damage. Healed for, okay, so he healed a little bit less, and he's also done a little bit more damage. Okay, 8.7. Okay, so this just awakening that weapon is quite good. Gives an extra 3 seconds, which is more than 10% survivability. Blah blah blah. Very hard to pronounce for me. Okay, let's go. So when we rank up it to 1 star, at the beginning of the battle, the demon's tenacity is increased by 50 for 30 seconds. For those of you that don't know, tenacity, okay, it's here, reduces chance of taking a crit hit, which is quite good against the units he's put now, because all of them are about the crit. Do units still dodge when crowd controlled? This is something I have no idea about Trump. This is a good question. They shouldn't, obviously, if you are thinking about physics. Okay, if you stand, you can't dodge. Okay, you stand in one place, but in game might be different. It's a good question, and I wonder if anyone's got any answer for that. If anyone done any tests. Okay, so that's 1 star awakened, so he should be taking less damage from the crit. Okay. And he survived less. Oh no, he survived the same duration. Okay, 26 seconds. So nothing changed. So as you can see, guys, nothing changed. All the stats are the same with 1 star awaken. So that tenacity increase didn't work out. The stats are basically the same. Unless I forgot to awaken. That might be the case. I just read the description and I never awakened that. Ah, that's true. Okay, so let's awaken that. And here I thought the tenacity stat is bugged. So that would be like a second thing that we find out today, but no. Okay. So all that data that I just got. Okay, so let's see what's happening. Okay, as you can see, he's dodging quite a lot. Okay, so this awakening, look at that time, guys. It's huge. This is very big. Okay, guys, this is huge. He survived. His survival rate went up by 200%. He's taken 3 times more damage. His healing increased by 13 million. And damage went up to 25 million. Okay, so this is huge. Okay, so 1 star awakened shield is wow. So if he's surviving like 30 seconds in your game on live, he will be able to survive maybe even a minute. Okay, so that's quite useful. This is big. Hopefully it's not gonna get weird, just like with Naga at some point. Okay, a 2 star increases demon HP by 20% and unit damage reduction by 10%. So that's a strong buff as well. However, that HP increase by 20%, it's really weird multiplier, okay? But unit damage increase by 10%, it's a good buff to have. So let's go. Just gonna speed it up, there's nothing exciting here. Okay guys, this is huge. And now we got a problem. He's surviving that fight easily. Okay, 180 seconds. He survives the whole fight at being just 2 star awaken. So this is probably the first unit that benefits the most from the weapon awakenings compared to levels. Oops, pardon. So he's taken 895 million damage. He's healed for 81 million. And he's done 87 million damage. Yeah, this is huge, okay? I really like that. So, as you said, it might be that people will be still using him. Right, so what I need to do now is, because I believe the next test will only increase the damage taken, but I need Demon to die again, so I need to add another column. to the test. So give me a few seconds, guys. Okay, so I need to do a test. That was with 2 units, 2 damage dealers. Now I'm gonna add 3rd damage dealer. Okay, it works good. So I'm gonna add marksman. Okay. Okay. No, but I want him to still die. I want him to like get demolished. This is why I want that another unit to make. So I'm still gonna do 2 damage dealers and 3 damage dealers, so we can see his survival rate going up again. So 26 seconds. 12 million is it? Yes, 12 million, 12.5 million. 898. 9 million, well, 10 million healing, and damage 8 million. Okay, so he's back to being destroyed now. This is what I wanted to see. Okay, this spreadsheet looks crazy now. Don't have time to actually make it better. Okay, so let's go. Let's get it awakened even further. So yeah, this basically a very cheap, because getting that weapon to 2-star is quite cheap. So at 3-star, increases demon's death by 10%, death increased by 100% for 10 seconds when HP is less than 50% or below for the first time. Okay, this is going to be... Death percentage doesn't work that well, but this is gonna keep him alive a little longer. That's why, see, when you get these emblems and raw emblem stat is much better than the amplification one, because these percentages, it's just basically another multiplier. It's not of your total stat, it's of the basic one, something like that. It's weird with these multipliers. Okay, so let's go. This is going again. This is against 3 units. Wow. Okay, I'm very happy with that guy at the moment. Okay, 85 seconds against an extra damage dealer. Damage taken at 544 million. Healing at 32 million and damage at 31 million. Is that correct? No, it's... Yes, 31 million. Okay. First time increase made in death is about 600. Yeah, I can see it's huge. Okay, I was wrong. From the weapon, maybe, yeah, but this is amazing, guys. This unit looks very strong. When you put him alongside with Pitfiend, I believe he's doing wonders for you. 21 centimeters on buff. Okay, so another test was with 2 units. I want to see what happens with 2 units. It's going to take more damage, or so take that off. Just want to see if it's going to be relevant with 2 units now, if anything changes. Because obviously he's gonna survive the whole fight. But any difference in the stats compared to the previous star? Okay, so he's survived obviously 180 seconds. He's taken 907 million damage, so that's still a little bit damage increase. He's healed for 85, so he's healed for more, which means he's dodged more, and he's done 90 million damage. Okay, so that's fine. This looks cool. Yeah, Iron Golem is not strong tank now, sadly. But that is huge what you're saying. Yeah, I wonder something. Okay, so that's it. Let's go with another awakening stat. So you're saying that demon at 4-star awakening is even stronger. Increases demon death by another 20%. Okay, so that was a 10% increase. Now it's going to be a 20%. So let's see. Okay, let's test it against 2 units first. So his damage taken increased by 22 million, well 15 million. Healing down, he's obviously healed more, so all these stats look amazing so far. Damage down 92 million, okay. Now with 3 damage dealers. Okay, so he survived the same amount, but he's taken a little bit more. He's taken a little, oh sorry, 85. He's taken a little bit more than, well, 22 million damage more, so that's good. As long as all of these stats go up, I'm happy about that. And he's done 33 million, because it means they're working, okay? So as you can see, I believe the biggest boost from the previous one, from the previous awakening rank, is this 100% death increase when he's below 50%. This is why he survived so. Okay, so this is why he survived so long. Because it increases demon death by 10%. Okay, so now we double that, and he's basically is the same. So as you can see, these multipliers, they are very, very confusing. Because we increase the death by 20%, and he still survives the same amount of time. Okay, so this is next star shouldn't really boost his survival, but obviously so far every added star did something. Yeah, they are support, so they shouldn't increase his survival. So you can actually, if you just want the tank stats, you probably should stop at well 3-star, maybe 4-star if you want an extra bit of defense. Maybe in a longer fights or a fairer fight, it's good. But let's see. Let's continue. Okay, against 3 damage dealers. Okay, did you see guys that? Did you see that, guys? So basically, we didn't increase anything, and he survived 30. Yeah, some of these things are just crazy. Okay, there's some hidden. Obviously, his power went up. Okay, but there must be some like hidden stats whenever you upgrade the weapon. Yeah, you shouldn't do that. But that's crazy. So basically, it didn't give me any extra stats, and it increased the survival of the demon more than 20% death on the previous one. So he's taken 70. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know how these formulas, these multiplications, everything works. Now I'm getting really confused because the 2 units that I've tested today, this weird things happen. So he's done what? 45 million? Yeah, 45 million healing. He's done 44 million damage. Okay, so that's against 3 damage dealers. It's crazy. But this is why I like these tests, because in theory, you're expecting, oh, his stats not gonna, his survival shouldn't go up, and then you go, what the hell, 30 seconds against 3 targets, guys. This is huge. Now against 2 targets, so obviously he's gonna survive the whole fight. So 886, so he's taken less damage this time around. Okay, so maybe this is why. Maybe this, when we increased his weapon star, his damage went down as well. As you can see, he's taking less damage from 2 units now. His healing went up too. His damage went up as well. So from the 2 units, he's actually taken 36 million damage less compared to the previous. Okay, let's go. Let's do the 6-star now. So in theory, it should not increase his survival. Okay, when Demon is on the battlefield, all hostile units dodge is increased. Oh, I need 200 more weapons. Let's do it. 4000 power increase. So the power goes up, obviously. That's against 2 units first. Okay, so his damage taken went up again, which is weird. Well, we've been good. Okay, so now we got his healing went down, and damage done went up. Okay, at the end of that, I'll obviously show you guys the spreadsheet again, so we can start and compare these stats. Okay, this is crazy. He survives the whole fight. He's taken 1,275,000,000 damage. Okay, so basically he's taken like 40% extra damage because he survived so long, obviously. He's done 97 million healing, so his healing went up by 100%, and he's done 93 million damage. Okay. So getting his weapon to 6-star also don't report that. Are you sure? Are you certain it works like every time? looks at the HP bar. Okay, let's try again. Let's actually watch the fight this time. And I'm gonna add another unit. See how long he survives against another unit. I wonder if there's like an animation when that happens. Like there. Okay, so it's at below 50%. Yeah, so he's beefy now. Okay, his death is increased by 100%. He's getting healed here. I believe it's going up because of Astral and Genie's Magic Awakening. Okay, it's going down now. I think what happens is he's dropping below 50% when Dragon Mutare casts her ultimate and Genie can't actually heal. This is why his HP goes down so low. And then once the ultimate finishes, Genie actually starts casting healing, and that's why his HP goes up. But we can see it again in the next ultimate, okay? So yeah, as you can see, this is the reason and why. His HP goes the same way below 50%. Okay, and now it's going up because without Dragon Mutare ultimate, there's so much healing from both of them that it keeps him alive. This is my reason for that. Okay, but he survived with 3. Let's add another damage dealer just for the sake of it. Okay, so let's add 4 damage dealers. Okay, so he should be dead now. Yeah. So he survived 34 seconds, okay, which is more than on 3 damage dealers with 2-star awaken weapon. I'm gonna show you guys the stats later on. Okay, so that's 228 million damage taken. $40 million healing and 1.3 million damage. Okay. Is it 13 million? No, it's 13 million. Okay, so let's watch that spreadsheet. Okay, so you guys should be able to see that spreadsheet here now. Okay, so basically what happened here is leveling up the weapon increases attack and HP of the unit. Okay guys, when it comes to the tanking units, these are not the most important stat. That's why leveling up the weapon on this kind of units is not the greatest investment. Okay, let me just quickly transition. Okay, so as you can see, it increases attack and HP. Both of these stats don't increase the survival of a unit by a lot. Okay, these stats are not significant. The only significant thing here is this unit damage reduction, plus 5%. Now, when it comes to awakening shields, they add a lot of tanking to these tanking units. Okay, with Demon, in his case, increases a lot of dodge and unit damage reduction and death. Okay, this is why he becomes so tanky. And when we go back to the spreadsheet, we can notice that after just awakening, I got the same result as going from level 40 to level 100, which costs a lot of resources. Okay, but then getting that weapon to 1 star, which gives us that buff, okay, tenacity by 50%. I'm still new to that. Okay, yeah, by 50%, his survival increased by 200%. Okay, he's surviving 3 times what he used to, 2.5 basically. So this makes him very strong. Now, getting a 2-star weapon makes him survive the whole battle. And what 2-star weapon does is increases his HP by 20%. Okay. But this is important, increases unit damage reduction by 10%. Okay, so these two things combined really make him strong. As you can see, further down the road, he's basically surviving the whole fight with 2 tanks, just taking a little bit more damage. Okay, which means he's tanking more. But then we got him a 2-star against 3 targets. He survived 26 seconds, which is the same as 2 targets in Awaken. Now when we increased the weapon to 3-star, he survived and basically another 200%. His survival rate went up by another 200%. Okay, as you can see here, basically this is the same boost as going from Awaken to 1. Okay, so this is really big boost again, and what it does is basically increases his death by 10%, and I think this is probably the biggest reason it went up like that. The death increased by 100% for 10 seconds when HP is less than 50%. So whenever his HP drops by 50% for the next 10 seconds, he's like immune to, well, he's still taking the damage, but he's not gonna die. Okay, because his death is doubled basically. So I believe getting him to that point is quite important, because the next 4-star, at 4-star increases Demon's death by 10%, but in this scenario it didn't increase his survival rate basically like at all. Okay, however, getting him to 5-star Awaken is another increase in survival, and 5-star Awaken doesn't bring anything. Okay, it just reduces the enemy's target's dodge. Okay, so the enemies don't dodge that often, but it doesn't boost any survival skills, any death, any HP, anything. But in reality, it actually did. It did something. Okay, his survival increased by another 26 seconds. So basically, from that to that, it's another 26 seconds. And on top of that, when we get that weapon to a 6-star, which in theory shouldn't be increasing his survival again, when the demon is on the battlefield, all hostile units' dodge is decreased. So again, we decrease enemy's dodge, and by that we boost our survival. He can last the whole fight against 3 targets when he couldn't last 26 seconds. And then we added another unit, and he still survives 34 seconds, which is more than he survived with 3 targets. So that's a big boost and a great tank. Demon is becoming a great tank when we get his weapon to 6-star. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think about this test that we've done today? There were a couple crazy things, like with Naga. It might be, but how much base stats does he get to go from 85 to 111? Alright, yeah, that's right. Thank you for reminding me. So this test was done with Demon not having any emblems, guys, okay? And not even being awakened. So obviously on the real server, he's only going to be stronger because you get all these choices to choose from. Now, let's put emblems. So basically, the emblems that are, I believe, best emblem for him are ominous, obviously. I'm not gonna worry about these stats, guys, okay? What I want to test is I want to test the set. So when deployed units are trying to dodge, they have a 40 chance to restore 6% of their max HP. So I'm just gonna do another test here. So that'll be ominous set versus 4 damage dealers, okay? So now I've got full ominous set. Without the set, he survived 34 seconds. Wow. So he survived 154 seconds with not even optimal ominous set, guys. I didn't even bother with taking the stats. Where would you put him in comparison to Ogre? He's much stronger. He's much stronger than Ogre. Okay, so now he's tanked a 1,397,000,000 damage. Yeah, we can't. His healing went up to 103 million. That's basically, thanks to that ominous set, it went up 10 times. And then his damage done went up to 92 million. Well, obviously I can't compare because he didn't survive that long in a previous fight. Yeah, that is true. So ominous set is quite good, okay? He almost survived the whole fight against 4 damage dealers. Now, let's do that with Legolas Principle. Is there any other set you guys want me to check on him? Oh, I really need to get these legals. Gear of Time. Okay, let's do that as well. So now we got legals. Okay, 443, so a little less. Damage taken, obviously a little less because he's died earlier. He's healing, however, yeah, way less healing. And 84 million damage. Okay. So this is probably the reason why he's survived 11 seconds less, because of the healing. That's like 28 million healing less. Oops, pardon me. Okay, so now let's go with Gear of Times. Okay, so we can say that Gear of Times is the worst choice for that guy. Okay, so let's move to that spreadsheet. Okay, so basically this is what happened. I mean, a set, obviously the better of these sets. Not only, well, he did increase the survival of demon quite significantly compared to no emblems at all, which was obviously. But it's a big. Oh yes, I still have time, guys. Let's do the last thing, okay? So it's gonna be. What was her name? Nimbus. Nimbus. Okay, so I'm gonna put ominous set back on. Hopefully it put the same ones. Let's see what talent. Okay, so remember, not only that, guys, his talents is only 6,000. So your demon is much stronger than the demon I got here. Oops, I forgot to get that bonus. So that's heroes. Okay, I got 0 at 4, Rashka, Zyter. Okay, so all of them are maxed out. Display HP, no problem. Defense. Okay, so let me just write it down somewhere. HP 5656636. Oops, sorry about that. Now the basic, I'm just gonna write the basic 98269. Is there like a hero? Yes, we can see hero. So hero was 646318. Okay. I believe that's all the data we need. Let's go with upgrading the hero. So she has to be 3 stars, right? Let's get her to 4 star anyway. So 5774715. So that went up by 100,000. Basic went up by 10,000. And hero went up by basically 4 times, by 120,000. Yes, so 120,000 heroes HP went up, which gives us a 120,000 increase in the total HP. So if we look at that spreadsheet again, so basically these are the numbers before Nemesis and these are after. So if we do that minus that, so that's an increase of that. Okay, so this is the increase of HP that we've gained thanks to Nemesis. Okay, so that's your total HP, basic HP, and hero HP. Which, as you can see, is 3 different numbers. This is why these multipliers are so confusing. Okay guys, let's get back to that test. So he's got extra HP. He's got ominous set. Yeah. So he survived 154 seconds previously with the ominous set. And now he survives with a full HP. So got 180. Just gonna move all that. Whoa, that's a big boost. I need to add another target, another damage dealer here. Okay, so he's taken 300 million more damage than previously. His healing went up by 40 million and his damage went up by 30 million. Okay, and that's with ominous set. I'm not gonna test other sets, but what I want to do now is I want to add another unit, which will be 4 damage dealers now. It's getting interesting. Wow. Okay, maybe the lizard man. Hi Krzysiek. Okay, so with 5 damage dealers he survives. And the lizard man is not doing that low amount of damages, he's doing the same damage as Pegasus is. So he's taken 200 million damage more. Okay, so Demon is a really strong tank. I need to invest in him quickly to boost my Zerontin curse. This is interesting. Okay, so his healing went down a little bit. Yes, Krzysiek, Demon is a really strong tank now. I need to start investing in him, so I need to start buying this again. Yeah, so 120, okay, and his damage went down. Okay, so his damage went down a little bit, his healing went down a little bit. However, he survived 4 damage dealers. Okay, let's put another damage dealer. Obviously, I don't want to put stuff like Medusa, because Medusa is gonna melt him. This Medusa is quite strong, it's a maxed out weapon, Medusa. Let's put another rather weak. Okay, so Gremlin is gonna stun him, which might reduce his survival quite a lot. Oh yeah, let's do it. Let's see, 6 damage dealers. Yeah, he doesn't care. Look at that. He's only dying because of Dragon Tara's ultimate. So he survived 137 seconds. Obviously tanked less, because that's a lot of seconds he's lost. His healing went down because he's died so early. He's dead. Okay, so that concludes the test for today, guys. I'm just gonna show you the spreadsheet again, and then I'm gonna do the raffle. This will be the last raffle again. Okay, so by obtaining Nimbus to 3-star, this is what we're looking at. Okay, let me just that with Ominous set. By obtaining Nimbus, he can survive. Yes, exactly. He can survive an extra 26 seconds. Well, basically, he can survive a whole fight against 4 damage dealers. He can survive a whole fight against 5 damage dealers. And he can almost survive a whole fight with 6 damage dealers. Just by getting Nimbus to 3-star, which tells you that her global is quite strong for Infernal faction, and it's really worth getting it as soon as possible. And then also, getting Nimbus as a adjutant in your team is going to increase the survival of Demon even further, so he's only going to be stronger. However, keep in mind, yes, that is true, 21 centimeters. So basically, but you also need to keep in mind that Demon is going to be at his highest peak now. He's got his weapon awaken, he's got awakening, and he's gonna have all the buffs from the heroes available. So this is what you'll have from Demon for a while, until the next new thing is gonna happen, which is a class change. Okay, but for the moment, he is going to be a very strong tank in your Xenon formation, and I believe he's worth investment. So far, from all the tanks that I've tested, he is the strongest tank. The Ogre doesn't compare to him, but Ogre is more utility tank. Okay, he boosts the whole team and healing and stuff like that. Okay, so I'm gonna do the raffle, so make sure you guys get ready for the next question. Just to remind you guys how it works, so basically you're gonna have a question pop on your screen. Whoever answers fast and correctly will win it. The only thing I need from you is UID. You can find it here, and the server you're playing on. So get ready for the question, guys. I'm gonna start it in 3, 2, 1, go. Even I'm surprised how fast that answer was. Okay, guys, the question is Scalding Strike, and we got the winner. I'm very surprised how fast that answer was, but congratulations to Trump. It really tells you that this guy has... How did you know it's gonna be that? Or you just guessed that is going to be the question? You were prepared. Worst case scenario, you had to answer something else. Yeah, well done. Okay, so yeah, head. That's good. Okay, I need to get these questions a little bit harder for the next time. Right, Ram. So give me the info that I need. Trump has won. As you can see on the bottom screen, I'm using chat on both platforms, on Twitch and YouTube. The first answer was on Twitch. Trump Scolding Strikes. Okay, you can see it on the chat. He's on Twitch and you're on YouTube. You answered a couple seconds after him. Like 20 seconds. You can see here in the bottom corner of the stream. Yeah. Okay, that's gonna get sorted. And EU20. Is there anything else you guys wanted me to check today? Actually, it might be the case. Usually there's like 2 seconds difference. But today Trump answered the question basically like lightning. There's going to be a chance to win 3 more prizes tomorrow. I'm gonna do 3 more raffles. No, well, 2 raffles and 1 activity check tomorrow. Because I need to spread it evenly. So basically, there'll be an activity reward tomorrow, 21 centimeters. So you still got a chance. You still got a chance to answer 2 more questions and get that reward. Sadly, I don't have 6. If I had 6, I will do 2 plus 1 on Saturday and 2 plus 1 on Sunday, but I only can do 5, so it's really hard to spread it evenly. I wanted to do more streams during this week, but obviously I want to reward you guys as well. But he's not gonna get them tomorrow. Remember, it's only 1 prize per week, so he's out tomorrow. Okay, guys, thank you for staying with me. I really enjoy these streams. I really like to speak to you about the game, as I see you guys have quite a big knowledge of the game as well. You're out. Well, he can still come and watch and guide me, because I like the help you guys provide. You guys give me the ideas how to run these tests and stuff, and this is a really good thing for me, and I believe for you too, to learn. And obviously I'm gonna add all these the data that we've collected today to the description of the VOD that's gonna be posted after the stream finishes, so we can always take a look into that. And we will have that info, and obviously I'm gonna speak to devs about this Naga, because going from 1 billion damage to 500 million damage is a big loss when she should be getting damaged up. Okay, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow around same time, maybe a little later this time around, maybe after 9:30. Okay, take care guys, bye.